Welcome to the Summit City, home to the 260's dedicated high school athletes and fans. Each victory and celebration captured by our cameras. Treasure the highlights from the Summit Athletic Conference this season, or complete games live or on demand. After all, nobody's more proud to call Fort Wayne home than SummitCitySports.com.
The athletes has always been here, and they're getting better. I'm watching, Summit City Sports, man, they're doing an awesome job. And, that's a plug. Them dudes are doing an outstanding job. And I'm able to be in Nashville and watch games on YouTube that they're broadcasting, and I'm seeing the talent. And it is just truly outstanding. And, you guys have seen the talent that's in the NFL now from Fort Wayne, Indiana, the talent that's coming up now, and the talent that, is just here, man. It's really cool.
Developed for athletes of all sports, PSM's Edge training program is a personalized, high-intensity experience designed to help you outperform the competition. Whether you're looking to enhance your speed, strength, power, agility, or overall fitness, our expert training staff will build a program that adapts to your schedule while maximizing your overall performance. Now accepting athletes 12 years old and up. Get started today. Schedule your free evaluation at psmsports.com/edge.
I started playing football when I was 4 years old in the Cup Football League at Leo. My freshman year of high school, I really started to notice that there was something different about how I played compared to what some other people were playing like. So then I started to develop more. I started to see the results, and then being able to go to Iowa was a big opportunity for me. Being able to train here at PSM has really given me an edge over my competitors. Working on my speed, that's the name of the game nowadays, is who's the fastest guy on the field. Being able to put my body in different positions to allow me to be in the best position during the game. It's so important to not take those days off and just get into a place like PSM where they have flexible hours, and it's good for college athletes to come in and just train.
Anderson Heating and Air, locally owned and operated with over 50 years of experience. Call us today and get a free quote on a brand new furnace and AC, financed and available. Don't wait. Call us today and sign up for a maintenance agreement and stay cool. Our maintenance agreements will ensure that you're first in line if you have an emergency, and we'll send one of our service techs out for cleanings twice a year. Call us at 557-0958 or request an appointment on our website. Call Anderson Heating and Air, where your emergency is our emergency.
Game day, the moment athletes live for, the intensity, the passion, the unforgettable plays. And while you focus on the game, Watermark Sports Photo captures the memories. From the heart-pounding action to the game-winning score, our game day photos make your athlete the star. But we don't stop at game day. With our Sportrait sessions, together we dream up poses and take your athlete's story to the next level. Serving Northeast Indiana and Northwest Ohio, from colleges to high schools and club sports, moments fade, but the memories last forever. Watermark Sports Photo, where every shot is legendary.
At PSM Sports Therapy, recovery is more than getting you back to your sport. It's about building a stronger version of you. Our team of experts uses state-of-the-art technology to build personalized care plans that get you healthy and back in action safely. With no physician order needed, contact us directly to receive top-quality care exactly when you need it. Call 260-266-4007. Visit one of our Fort Wayne locations or go to psmsports.com to learn more.
The future is what you make it, so make it matter. At the University of St. Francis, we'll help you build a purposeful life, one based on your interests, goals, and desire to make the world a better place. Learning is personal here. You'll be known by name, supported by experts, and connected to professional opportunities. Our Catholic values will inspire you to use your education for the greater good by serving and leading others. Remember, the future is what you make it. Build a life of meaning and purpose at St. Francis. You belong here.
We welcome you tonight to Bishop Dwenger High School and the newly renovated gym here at Bishop Dwenger, and a near and I don't want to say near capacity crowd, but a great crowd on hand, lined up for what has always been one of the more intriguing matchups in the volleyball calendar each year as Concordia takes on Bishop Dwenger. And tonight's game on Summit City Sports is brought to you by the following, including the Big Eyed Fish. You can enjoy the best fish in Fort Wayne in a family-friendly environment only at the Big Eyed Fish. By Tom Steele Tire, 2 locations best to serve you off North Clinton and West Jefferson. Tom Steele Tire, your leader in tire and other automotive needs. By Ottenweller Contracting, from bid to build, Ottenweller Contracting has you covered and providing peace of mind throughout the entire process. Visit OttenwellerContracting.com today. By Summit Volleyball, training and building the highest quality volleyball players from ages 5 to 18. Jump on board. Together we can reach the summit. By Jolly Law Firm, the area's premier criminal defense firm. Whether you're facing an OWI or any other criminal accusation, Jolly Law Firm is the best defense. And the choice of attorney should not be made solely upon advertisements. By Siaka Cleaning and Restoration, quality work, responsive service, and a commitment to people. That's what they're all about. Visit them online today at siakas.com. By online degree programs at the University of St. Francis, some of which can be completed in as little as 12 months and designed for your flexibility. Visit online.sf.edu today. Brought to you by TJW Industrial. Visit them online at tjwindustrial.com. The leaders in design, build mechanical, and in refrigeration. By the 12,000 Hoosier men and women with the affiliated district councils and local unions that help build Indiana, we are LIUNA. You can earn your edge this season thanks to Parkview Sports Medicine's Edge Training Program that maximizes your athleticism. Visit them online at parkviewsportsmedicine.com/edge here today. And, of course, brought to you by who else? The fine folks here at Summit City Sports. Be sure to follow us on X at 260 Sports, like us on Facebook, and subscribe to our YouTube channel. Well, a pleasant good evening to you wherever you may be, however you may be watching. This is one of those matchups that just quite simply is always fun when these two teams get together, as Concordia and Bishop Dwenger, 2 longtime dominant rivals on the volleyball court, and potentially may not be the last time that these two teams face off against each other this season. As should things go to plan for each team, it is very possible that these two teams could face off in that sectional 21 final, but a very stacked sectional that we'll talk about as the evening progresses. Joe Northern, Jake Havland out of retirements, back to have you here with us tonight. As let's go ahead and break down some of the key components for each team. Let's start with the Cadets. Again, a young team that has really found a good job of commanding the front line, and they've done it thanks to Sydney Blackwell, with leading 4.1 kills per set. Shelby Peterson, the freshman, has now made some noise at 2.5 kills per set. Kavaya Turner at 2.3. And Turner currently leading the way in total blocks for the Cadets with 77 on the season. On defense, it's Courtney Edmond that's led the way right now. She's got an average of 4.5 digs per set. Kira Dalber, 2.2 in the interim. And Sydney Blackwell, again, continuing to lead in aces with 44. Dahmer, not too shabby herself, with 43. So at least having, the great consistent ability between Peterson, Blackwell, and Edmond, and Turner on the front line, it could be an easy evening tonight for Coach Trish Miller and company. Meanwhile, on the opposite side, Bishop Dwenger coming into this one 11-8 in 2025, headed by Coach Dan Boren, and who else but the story but Nicolette Watercutter with 4.7 kills per set as it stands. Braylon Hodgman, however, leading the way in that hitting percentage at .281 on the season. Braylon Hodgman, of course, leading the way in blocks at 17. Claire Shifley at 3.5 digs per set. And Snyder leading the way, Lindsay Snyder, that is, with 17 aces. Nicolette Watercutter with 11. Braylon Hodgman, again, leading the way, 103 digs. Nicolette Watercutter with 100. So, again, it's going to be a team that you're going to see multiple players really try to play multiple roles to try to get the all-important victory. And, of course, this game is often to be a precursor to what could happen down the road, but don't read into the stats too quickly. Last year, the winner of this game in Bishop Dwenger did get the win in the regular season over Concordia. But it was Concordia who had the last laugh in the playoffs. Go back 2 years prior. Flip the script the opposite way, where Dwenger had the last laugh in postseason play. Concordia got it done in the regular season game. So, however you see this game may be fit, it could very well be round 1 of 2. But of course, that's what the postseason is all about. As we'll get you ready coming up for Bishop Dwenger and Concordia, one of the more entertaining matchups and a big date here on the volleyball calendar in the 2-6-0. We'll be back with starting rotations and opening serves in just a moment. This is Indiana High School Girls Volleyball on SummitCitySports.com.
Welcome to the Summit City, home to the 2-6-0's dedicated high school athletes and fans. Each victory and celebration captured by our cameras. Treasure the highlights from the Summit Athletic Conference this season or complete games live or on demand. After all, nobody's more proud to call Fort Wayne home than SummitCitySports.com.
The athletes has always been here, and they're getting better. I'm watching, Summit City Sports, man, they're doing an awesome job. And, that's a plug. Them dudes are doing an outstanding job. And I'm able to be in Nashville and watch games on YouTube that they're broadcasting, and I'm seeing the talent. And it is just truly outstanding. And, you guys have seen the talent that's in the NFL now from Fort Wayne, Indiana, the talent that's coming up now, and the talent that, is just here, man. It's really cool.
Developed for athletes of all sports, PSM's Edge training program is a personalized, high-intensity experience designed to help you outperform the competition. Whether you're looking to enhance your speed, strength, power, agility, or overall fitness, our expert training staff will build a program that adapts to your schedule while maximizing your overall performance. Now accepting athletes 12 years old and up. Get started today. Schedule your free evaluation at psmsports.com/edge.
I started playing football when I was 4 years old in the Club Football League at Leo. My freshman year of high school, I really started to notice that there was something different about how I played compared to what some other people were playing like. So then I started to develop more. I started to see the results, and then being able to go to Iowa was a big opportunity for me. Being able to train here at PSM has really given me an edge over my competitors. Working on my speed, and that's the name of the game nowadays, is who's the fastest guy on the field. Being able to put my body in different positions to allow me to be in the best position during the game. It's so important to not take those days off and just get into a place like PSM where they have flexible hours, and it's good for college athletes to come in and just train.
Anderson Heating and Air, locally owned and operated with over 50 years of experience. Call us today and get a free quote on a brand new furnace and AC, financed and available. Don't wait. Call us today and sign up for a maintenance agreement and stay cool. Our maintenance agreements will ensure that you're first in line if you have an emergency, and we'll send one of our service techs out for cleanings twice a year. Call us at 557-0958 or request an appointment on our website. Call Anderson Heating and Air, where your emergency is our emergency.
Game day, the moment athletes live for, the intensity, the passion, the unforgettable plays, and while you focus on the game, Watermark Sports Photo captures the memories. From the heart-pounding action to the game-winning score, our game day photos make your athlete the star. But we don't stop at game day. With our Sportrait sessions, together we dream up poses and take your athlete's story to the next level. Serving Northeast Indiana and Northwest Ohio, from colleges to high schools and club sports, moments fade, but the memories last forever. Watermark Sports Photo, where every shot is legendary.
At PSM Sports Therapy, recovery is more than getting you back to your sport. It's about building a stronger version of you. Our team of experts uses state-of-the-art technology to build personalized care plans that get you healthy and back in action safely. With no physician order needed, contact us directly to receive top-quality care exactly when you need it. Call 260-266-4007. Visit one of our Fort Wayne locations or go to psmsports.com to learn more.
The future is what you make it, so make it matter. At the University of St. Francis, we'll help you build a purposeful life, one based on your interests, goals, and desire to make the world a better place. Learning is personal here. You'll be known by name, supported by experts, and connected to professional opportunities. Our Catholic values will inspire you to use your education for the greater good by serving and leading others. Remember, the future is what you make it. Build a life of meaning and purpose at St. Francis. You belong here.
Tired of waiting for a doctor's referral to start physical therapy? At Indiana Physical Therapy, you don't need a prescription. You have the power to choose where you go for expert care. Our experienced therapists will help you get back to doing what you love. With over 19 locations, getting the care you need has never been easier. Take the first step towards a healthier, more active lifestyle. Visit IndianaPT.com to schedule your appointment today.
Indiana Physical Therapy, where people go to get better.
Here, every athlete is one of one. Every day is an opportunity to improve, to become faster, stronger, healthier. That's our commitment. With elite training and expert care, we transform athletes by pushing through challenges and sharing every victory. PSM, you've got goals. We help you get there. Learn more at psmsports.com.
I got a hold of everything and I come to stay. And now the whole world don't know my name. And I used to have nothing, but now I got a whole lot of everything. That's why I come to stay. When I'm gone, the whole world don't know my name. 12 years old, caught up in that street life. I was trying to shout harder than the street light. Ran the streets sometimes.
We welcome you back inside here at Bishop Dwenger, as tonight it is an all-important game between these two teams and foes that, again, as the rivalry dates a long time ago, and yet these two teams just continue to try to light it up as well as they can. And tonight's game on Summit City Sports, again, here is the penultimate of our regular season coverage. We'll have one more coming up for you on Thursday night, as we'll see these Bishop Dwenger Saints take on Heritage. We also have another game on the air right now coming to you from Woodland, as it is Homestead taking on Woodland. On the other game, do not have a score on that one as it stands, but we'll look to get that to you as time intervenes here this evening. As they are just getting underway in set number one, it is the Warriors currently on top of Homestead, 14-10, as they are underway in set number one. Eli Lawrence joining you for that one from Woodland, but we think we've got a great one right here at the home of the Saints. So Concordia going to be in the black jerseys with the maroon and red sleeves, or the stripes on the sleeves, we should say. The libero going to be in the white jersey with maroon numbers and maroon sleeves. Bishop Dwenger going to be in their home whites with Saints on the back. The libero going to be wearing the blue crescendi down to white, all with gold numbers. Here we go. Kira Dahmer ready to bring it across as we're underway here at the newly renovated Bishop Dwenger Gymnasium. And just like that, another block up front from the blocking leader in Kavea Turner. And that's going to be one thing that could separate the cadets against Bishop Dwenger in this one, is the ability to block up front. Again, certainly Concordia has a big component of that with Turner on the push. Here's a light tip across, now it goes over to Dwenger. This one sailed over now for the hands of Snyder, into the net and on the board. So a quick run up into the net, and Concordia already off to a quick start to make it 2-0. And so can the Cadets continue to ride the run. Dahmer with a generous bounce and an ace. As Kira Dahmer able to get the quick ace on the board. And just like that, the Cadets start with a 3-0 run. Here's Dahmer, nearly going back-to-back. High swing, dug up to Dahmer. They're going to let that sail. So that stops the run off the great swing from the hands of Nicolette Watercutter. Make it 3-1 advantage of Concordia. But can Bishop Dwenger find a way to right the ship on their side? This one swung across back row. Gets this one lobbed in time, finds Dellinger. Dellinger looking for the open traffic and hands it down. 4-1 advantage of the Cadets. Here's Dellinger again. Lifted up. Gets this one swung on and a miss pivot from the hands of Dellinger. And a big side out, going to go back on the board for the Saints. So 4-2 our score. Sailed across over. Now another chance down for Turner. Easy and on the board. As Kavea Turner able to connect quickly on the back row. We'll get a chance to show that play to you again as time commits. But again, already 3 of the 5 Concordia points on the board coming from number 7. Here's a push down low. Gets this across now to Inman. Inman gets blocked up front by Braylon Hodgman. Or actually, I beg your pardon, number 9, Kobe Johnson with the big block up front. And the chance of you can't do that coming in from the sanctuary, the student section here at Bishop Dwenger. Here's Sydney Blackwell with the first point of the night for her. As she gets a good read on her right side. And gets it back row. Here's Shelby Peterson now. Peterson, run, jump, serve. Peterson sails this across, skates off the top. Now another high tip. This one lobbed over in time over to Claire Gleave. Now Blackwell will sail it out of play. So a side out for Blackwell in the meantime to make it 6-4. As Bishop Dwenger has gotten their points, 2 of them based off the errors. Concordia doing it all on offense here in this one. Lift sneaking in as the senior setter and Kira Dahmer able to find a way to get the front line commanded and in her favor. 7-4. And currently the leader in digs for the Cadets. And Courtney Inman now brings this across. Sailed again, back row they go. They lob this one high, tipped, gets it down to Peterson. Peterson now shifts it back into the Dwenger zone. Another big swing from number 7 in Nicolette Watercutter. 7-5. Here's Watercutter again. Gets it mid-row, received from the hands of Gleave. And sailed over in time by Dellinger. Here's another high push, out of play. The side out from the hands of Gina Rinbarger. Make it a 3-point affair. 8-5 our score. It has been Concordia with the advantage, but Bishop Dwenger trying to knock on the door here. The Cadets started with a quick 3-0 run in this one and haven't necessarily looked back. And a run into the net actually going to go, or double hit going to go against Concordia. So all of a sudden the Saints now trying to find a quick opportunity to strike again. It's Mallory Nussbaum. Gets this one up and over. Chance again tipped over from Turner. Now again back row they go over to Johnson. Here's another block tip. This one sailed out of play. As Kobe Johnson was looking for the swing, could not get it. And the Cadets back up by 3. 9-6 our score. Here's Kira Dahmer again. Mid-row she goes. High swing, it is out of play. Watercutter could not find it. That back corner as it just sails across one of our line judges. 10-6 our score here in the first. Cadets up by 4. Blocked again by Turner. Her 4th block of the night so far, and it's 11-6 advantage of the Cadets. Here's a push again now from Dahmer. Dahmer again on the run. Sets back over to Snyder. Snyder tipped over and got it. Lindsey Snyder able to find a way to get the quick point, and it's 11-7 in advantage of Concordia. But can they try to get on a quick 3-0 run? We haven't seen too many runs of 4 or 5 points in a row, if any, here in the first. Of course, it is early. Turner thought she had it. Great dig again from Nussbaum. Now another high swing tip. With a dig from Shipley, I should say. This one swung down and in! As Braylon Hodgman able to get to the back of the box. And another quick point on the board for Bishop Dwenger. We take a look at that again one more time. Powered by Anderson Heating and Air Conditioning. There's another swing tip back row. 3-point game, 11-8. Chance again, ain't got it. The front line has certainly been the sweet spot for the Saints here in this one as they lead it as they trail by 2, but now on a quick 3-0 run of their own. Tip from Turner, scores. Nevaeh Turner doing a great job of finding the quick tips up front to make it now a 3-point game, 12-9, midway through the first. Chance again now to Dwenger. Dwenger again skates this across, blocked up front by Turner. She goes back-to-back on the blocks. So we take a look at that again quickly one more time. Able to get the tip and just continuing to dominate. How about an ace on the board from Bella Dwenger, the sophomore outside hitter. Lead extended to 5 here in set number 1. And the Cadets trying to blow the door open. This one sails out of play. So it's really been a tale of you get 2 points, I get 2 points. You get 2 points, I get 3 points. So not necessarily, again, a situation where it's just continued to go back and forth we go. But again, just trying to maybe get those extra momentum points has certainly made the difference here in the match thus far. Tip across now for Case. Now another block from Turner! And Bishop Dwenger wants to stop to think it over. 15-10, the story is lucky number 7. Back in a moment.
Thank you for watching Summit City Sports. To help broaden our coverage, we're asking you to become a monthly sponsor to our Patreon account. We produce weekly highlights and live video broadcasts. When the Homestead girls golf team won its first state title in program history, we were there. When Fort Wayne brought back 3 state titles in cross country, we were there. We believe in sharing positive stories and setting the standard for how high school sports should be covered. Join us and donate today.
Game day, the moment athletes live for, the intensity, the passion, the unforgettable plays. And while you focus on the game, Watermark Sports Photo captures the memories. From the heart-pounding action to the game-winning score, our game day photos make your athlete the star. But we don't stop at game day. With our Sportrait sessions, together we dream up poses and take your athlete's story to the next level. Serving Northeast Indiana and Northwest Ohio, from colleges to high schools and club sports, moments fade, but the memories last forever. Watermark Sports Photo, where every shot is legendary.
15-10 our score here in the first. Joe Northern, Jacob Havlin, delighted to have you with us again in a game that is usually decided who wins the city for the most part. And taking a look at the SAC, currently Concordia and Dwenger tied at top of the table, but Concordia would have one more SAC opponent in Northrop. That will be coming up on Thursday night, while Bishop Dwenger doesn't have any left. So normally, whoever wins this game usually dominates the city of Fort Wayne, or at least in the SAC, we should say, for volleyball. Well, let's stay with the Cadets for another year. Will Bishop Dwenger reclaim the crown? Here is Blackwell. Gets a big swing to the back row and forcing the deflection off Lindsey Snyder. 7-point game. Now a quick 3-0 run, firing back up for Coach Trish Miller and company. Here's the push across from Gleave. Gleave again, sails this one over. Brought down and in. As number 7, Nicolette Watercutter, was able to quickly find a way to get mid-row and a commanding swing up front. Sailed out of play, back on the board for Dwenger. And again, with Watercutter, we know that she has been one of the constant performers for Coach Dan Bourne and company, leading the way in kills per set, averaging just underneath 5. Here's Blackwell, blocked again by Hodgman. So a quick block again from Braylon Hodgman. And now the Saints on a quick 3-0 run. 17-13 our score. Chance again, Blackwell, blocked but out of play. As Hodgman sails that to her right, and the lead extended back to 5, 18-13. Here is Shelby Peterson. Peterson again, sails this up and over, finds Renparker. This one dug up, down, and got it. As Claire Gleave couldn't get a hand on it in time, and the lead back to 4. Bishop Dwenger trying to knock on the door late here in this first set. JV went the distance, and a thriller in the distance too, with Bishop Dwenger escaping in that one. There's a big swing across in the hands of Watercutter yet again, as the story is 7s on both sides. Nicolette Watercutter and Kavea Turner, as Concordia will stop to think it over. 18-15 our score. Well, don't forget soccer coming up this week on IHSAATV.org, as our sectionals coverage will continue. Tomorrow night we will be at Homestead, and actually a game right now at Homestead as the Spartans taking on the Wayne Generals. Thad Goff is joining you for that one right now, and then tomorrow it'll be East Noble taking on Marion in the early game, and then the late game will be Warsaw taking on the winner of Homestead and Wayne. And that'll be boys soccer tomorrow, beginning about 5 p.m. over on IHSAATV.org. We've got the production for that one, so hope you join us for that. And also Thursday, girls soccer back in action, as we'll have the sectional at Northrop. So the Bruins, Leo will be there, Snyder will be there, Northside and Carroll, all in that girls sectional for girls soccer. As we'll have that for you starting up on Thursday night. Tim Atkinson will have the double for that one. Here's the push again, now coming from the hands of Shively. Shively sailed down, and Watercutter getting the big assist up front, as she is handling it all on her own and continuing to command the front line to make it 18-16 here in the first. Chance again, lift, Blackwell scores. As Sydney Blackwell again commanding the right side of the front line so far here tonight, but continuing to rack up the points and still staying ahead, having that insurance point or two in the interim. Here's Courtney Edmond now. Edmond sails it across. Chance again over for Hodgman. Now another tip. Down low, blocked up, finds Dellinger. Dellinger swung up, Blackwell, and got it. She was able to get the quick pivoting cross, so back-to-back points for number 18 in Sydney Blackwell. Inman continuing the rally. This one brought up, tipped, saved by Blackwell. What a free chance opportunity upcoming. They go to Watercutter, scores. As Nicolette Watercutter again, just getting in the right place, right time to make it a 3-point game. 20-17. And an ace. 2018 advantage of the Cadettes. Bishop Dwenger has not had a lead at all in this set. But they're certainly looking for a late one here. And just like that, they're on a 3-0 run and 1 point away. Claire Gleave coming back out. Kyrie Hag now entering for Coach Trish Miller in Concordia. They get it up mid-row. They fight for Blackwell on the tip and got it! As Maddie Gephardt helps try to complete the comeback. And we are even at 20 here in the first. You have to think this could be one of those long matches tonight. Possibly. Back in a moment.
Game day, the moment athletes live for, the intensity, the passion, the unforgettable plays, and while you focus on the game, Watermark Sports Photo captures the memories. From the heart-pounding action to the game-winning score, our game day photos make your athlete the star. But we don't stop at game day. With our Sportrait sessions, together we dream up poses and take your athlete's story to the next level. Serving Northeast Indiana and Northwest Ohio, from colleges to high schools and club sports, moments fade, but the memories last forever. Watermark Sports Photo, where every shot is legendary.
20-20 our score as Nicolette Watercutter again. Sails this across. She has led the rally and will continue to lead the rally. As Bishop Dwenger, down by as many as 6 points, finally take their first lead. And at the late stages in the first. Short serve up to Edmond. Another ace for Watercutter. As Nicolette Watercutter on a roll. Brought up again from the back. This one swung across and out of play. Bella Dellinger could not get it. And the Saints have now rattled off 7 consecutive points to make it 23-20. And all from the hands of lucky number 7. Nearly just made it 8. Free ball chance upcoming, sailed from the hands of Dahmer. They go, swing, tip, scores! As Lindsay Snyder able to shut it down up front. And it's a game point opportunity for Bishop Dwenger. Watercutter sails it back over to Gleave. Chance upcoming for Blackwell. That's it! An absolute stunner of 9 consecutive points on the board for the Saints as they finish set number 1, getting 9 in a row and steal set number 1, 25-20. We'll be back in the second coming up in just a moment. This is high school girls volleyball on Summit City Sports.
Thanks for watching Summit City Sports. To help broaden our coverage, we're asking you to become a monthly sponsor to our Patreon account. We produce weekly highlights and live video broadcast. When the Homestead girls golf team won its first state title in program history, we were there. When Fort Wayne brought back 3 state titles in cross country, we were there. We believe in sharing positive stories and setting the standard for how high school sports should be covered. Join us and donate today.
Game day, the moment athletes live for, the intensity, the passion, the unforgettable plays, and while you focus on the game, Watermark Sports Photo captures the memories. From the heart-pounding action to the game-winning score, our game day photos make your athlete the star. But we don't stop at game day. With our Sportrait sessions, together we dream up poses and take your athlete's story to the next level. Serving Northeast Indiana and Northwest Ohio, from colleges to high schools and club sports, moments fade, but the memories last forever. Watermark Sports Photo, where every shot is legendary. Game day, the moment athletes live for, the intensity, the passion, the unforgettable plays, and while you focus on the game, Watermark Sports Photo captures the memories. From the heart-pounding action to the game-winning score, our game day photos make your athlete the star. But we don't stop at game day. With our Sportrait sessions, together we dream up poses and take your athlete's story to the next level. Serving Northeast Indiana and Northwest Ohio, from colleges to high schools and club sports, moments fade, but the memories last forever. Watermark Sports Photo, where every shot is legendary.
We're back. It is a Bishop Dwenger advantage as they won the first by rattling off 9 consecutive points on the board to finish out set number 1. And again, thanks to lucky number 7, as number 7 for Concordia led the way in blocks, but it was number 7 for the Saints who got the scoring done in Nicolette Watercutter. So the Saints started off with a commanding 25-20 victory, and now in the midst of rattling off 10 consecutive points dating back to the first, to make it now 1-0 as they strike first blood here in the second. Swing, tip, Turner, blocked, pinball! And a great push up front to force a pinball-esque reaction on the front line for Concordia. Thanks again to Lindsey Snyder. And the Saints up 2. Little low roller up the middle. They go for another swing and a block again. Braylon Hodgman answering the front block call. And now it is 12 in a row on the board for Bishop Dwenger. Sailed over opposite side. Up, tip over net, still kept live. That's how the streak will end. But not before 12 consecutive points dating back to the end portion of the second, or the first rather, to get the Saints on top 3-1 here in set number 2. Joe Northern, Jay Kaplan, delighted to have you with us. Another push tip cross, gets it back now in the hands of Peterson. They go again over to Snyder, now tipped by Blackwell. Another chance, run, jump, tip, Hodgman with a big swing across it in time. And one of the questions that, at least looking into this one, how can Bishop Dwenger counter with the blockers? And it's quite simple. Braylon Hodgman jumping up and getting some major swings of her own. 4-1 our score. Chance again lopped over. Hey, get the split over to Inman. Inman again, still staying on the run. Chance again, brought back over for Hodgman. And again, she answers back. And it's 5-1 advantage of Bishop Dwenger, and the Saints certainly on a major run right now, as they've scored 12 out of the last, make it 13 out of the last 14 points here in the second. And you have to date back to the first two, but currently a 13-1 run. An advantage of Bishop Dwenger. Make it 14. Another high tip lifted down and over as Coach Trish Miller will call a timeout. So we'll keep it right here. Again, tonight's game on Summit City Sports is brought to you by the following, including the Big Eyed Fish. You can enjoy the best fish in Fort Wayne in a family-friendly environment only at the Big Eyed Fish by Tom Steel Tire. 2 locations best to serve you off North Clinton and West Jefferson. Tom Steel Tire, your leader in automotive needs for over 40 years. By Ottenwiller Contracting, from bid to build, Ottenwiller Contracting has you covered. Visit ottenwiller.contracting.com today. By Summit Volleyball, training and building the highest quality volleyball players from ages 5 to 18. Jump on board. Together, we can reach the summit. By Jolly Law Firm, the area's premier criminal defense firm. Whether you're facing an OWI or any other criminal accusation, Jolly Law Firm is the best defense. The choice of attorney should not be made solely upon advertisements. By Siaka Cleaning and Restoration, quality work, responsive service, and a commitment to people. That's what they're all about at Siakas.com. And by the University of St. Francis and their online degree programs, which some programs can be completed in as little as 12 months. Visit online.sf.edu today. 7-1 advantage of Bishop Dwenger as this one railed across the left side. Now another block tip saved by Hodgman. Now another block from Turner. This one sails out of play. And so all of a sudden the Saints, whatever they have done to flip a switch, have certainly done so, as they've scored the last 9 points in the first, and they've rattled off 8 out of 9 in the second. The streak will come to an end there for the moment, but the Saints still with a commanding 6-point lead here in set number 2. As Concordia was up by as many as 7, but Bishop Dwenger charging back and getting back on the board. Little bobble from the hands of Shively. She still tries to keep it in play and saved in time. 9-2 advantage. As again we see Claire Shively now ready to set it up. Here's Shively. Sails mid-row, gets it lobbed over. The tip from Blackwell and got it. She was able to get the deflection off a water cutter and in time to extend or trim the lead down to 6. It's number 9 in Shelby Peterson, ready to bring it over. The freshman who's made a lot of noise for Concordia this season, being usually second or third when it comes to scoring. And hang on. They were looking to see if there's a tip or not. They say no tip, and the swing is wide. So Concordia now getting a break in the action as Peterson continues to bring it over. And no doubt about that tip. A tip that came back to haunt Dwenger. Make it 9-5 thanks to the freshman. Yeah, she's rattled off now 3 in a row. Can she look to find a way to continue it? Peterson received up by Snyder. Now another high tip. And double going to go against Kira Dahmer. So the double against Dahmer gets Bishop Dwenger back to a 5-point lead. 10-5 here in set number 2. Sailed out of play, we play on. 10-6 advantage of Bishop Dwenger. So they won the first set 25-20. And another chance upcoming as this one continue to sail up opposite side and out of play. So the swing going wide on the opposite side to extend the lead back to 5, 11-6. Here's Watercutter. She rattled off 9 in a row to close out the first, but won't have a chance to do it here. There's another big commanding swing coming in from Turner. And Sydney Blackwell now coming in action to set this up again. And updating the other game going on right now. We'll let you know when we get a break in the action as Blackwell gets this one across. Chance again, swung up over. Blackwell gets a big dig. Chance again, block tipped again, and off the tweeter. And back on the board for BD. To extend the lead back to 5, 12-7. An advantage of Bishop Dwenger. They did a great job of continuing to command the front line in their advantage. This one brought up to Dahmer. Now finding Dwenger. Dwenger swings it right down the middle. To make the lead back to 4. 12-8 our score here in the second. Dahmer. Mid-row she goes to Watercutter. Now another swing. Watercutter scores! Able to get the tip and the deflection. Make it now 13-8 advantage of BD. Another push from Nussbaum. Or beg your pardon, Renbarger. Renbarger tried to get it down, can't get it. But wait! They rule an out-of-play tip going against Concordia, but it looked like potentially Claire Shively had a hand on it. Nonetheless, it's a St. point. 6-point game. Block tipped, saved in time from the hands of Dahmer. Now again, they continue to try to keep it live. Big swing from Hodgman. Back row to Enman. They try to go up again to Peterson. Nice dig again up front. Here's Snyder. Snyder brought back down, connecting over to Dahmer. Now another high tip for Peterson. Dug off Watercutter. Now they got to go for Hodgman. That one dug by Enman. They go to Turner. Block tipped it in! As Kobe Johnson beating the rush up front. So we take a look at that again one more time. As Kobe Johnson again just meeting the advantage. That one sailed over for an ace off the hands of number 2 in Renbarger. And so the Saints now up by 8. 16-8 here in the second. Here's the push over from Peterson. Dig up opposite side. They get a Hodgman into the net. So that'll reset for the Cadets for just a moment. We'll make it 16-9 here in set number 2 on now starting to feel like a fall-like weather evening here in Northeast Indiana. Here's Bella Dwenger now to bring it across. Dwenger goes for a low dig reception from Shively. That one dug up again by Inman. Connecting back over to Peterson. Met by Renbarger. And again for Hodgman. As Braylon Hodgman, the junior, just continuing to command the lines all on her own. And back to an 8-point game, 17-9 in advantage of the Saints. We're going to have to pinball this one over. Inman sails it across. Now battle at the net. Watercutter gets it, but tipped by Turner. Turner gets another block again from Johnson. Johnson and Hodgman have continued to command the front line for Coach Dan Boren and company. And Concordia will stop to think it over. 18-9 our score in advantage of Bishop Dwenger, and what has certainly been a reversal of fortune and all in Saints' graces. Tonight's game on Summit City Sports is brought to you by the following, including TJW Industrial, the leaders in design, build, mechanical, and refrigeration. Visit them online today at tjwindustrial.com. By the 12,000 Hoosier men and women with the affiliated district councils and affiliated local unions that help build Indiana. We are LiUNA. You can earn your edge this season thanks to Parkview Sports Medicine's Edge Training Program. It's free. Get your free evaluation right now at parkviewsportsmedicine.com/edge. And brought to you by the folks at Summit City Sports. Be sure to follow us on Accent260 Sports, like us on Facebook, and subscribe to our YouTube channel. Of course, definitely stay on the social medias for the next week or so because we will have the links for sectional play coming up next week. As we can't officially confirm the sectional, well, we can confirm it, but we'll just wait and make it a tease for you, but I think you have an idea on where that will likely be. Tip from Peterson, can't get it in time, and the Saints up by 10 and big. 19-9 our score. But a quick side out, going to reset it again for Concordia. But again, a Concordia team that had a great run to start this match, but have since struggled to find some answers against Kobe Johnson, Braylon Hodgman, Nicolette Watercutter, just to name a few. Sydney Blackwell going to go into the net on that one. And we'll bring it back to Saints territory. And number 5 in Claire Shively. Shively sets it back over to Inman. Another high tip. This one sailed out of play, but off the tip. It looked like maybe off the tip of Sydney Blackwell, potentially. It's 21-10. The Saints on an absolute rout here in set number 2. Push again up the middle. Connecting back over to Hodgman. Blackwell cannot find the angle. So Sydney Blackwell trying to find a way to get it over the line in time, but has not been able to do so. And you don't have Turner in the rotation currently, too, so not a lot of offensive forces presently outside of Peterson and Blackwell currently on the floor. Blackwell answers the call on that one, however, and able to get the quick point to make it 22-11. The Saints again trying to continue to keep on rolling. Now another chance. This one swung from Peterson. Back into Dwenger territory. Hodgman, block tip, still kept live with a reverse dig. Hodgman, light tip over to Inman. Hodgman again off the top and on the board for Concordia. Hodgman was looking for the little floater up the middle, and if it would have been maybe a couple inches to the left, she might have had it. That one's going to be a quick side out on the hands of Dwenger. And the lead back to 11. 23-12. It has been nothing but Dwenger since late stages of the first. And certainly have been nothing but Dwenger here in the second. There's another big block swing up front. This time coming from the hands of Gina Renbarker. And just like that, you've got a game point opportunity. But into the net it goes. So they'll come back and do it again. As Gina Renbarker runs that one into the net. As Concordia down to the last point. Again, they try to find a way to rattle off a few more on the board. 11-point game. This one swung up. Gets this across over to Hodgman. Now Watercutter. Does she get it? She does not. It sails out. They were looking for a tip but could not get it. And so Concordia still alive here in the second. Here we go again. And an ace. So an ace now coming from the hands of Claire Gleave. And Concordia rattling off 3 in a row here in set number 2. Can they find a way to keep the momentum going? Gleave, a generous bouncing in. A quick ace from the hands of number 3 as she was able to get it across in time off the bounce. Can she do it again here? This one up the middle to Watercutter. Watercutter swings, got it. That time she wins the battle against Gleave. So we go to the third, as it is Bishop Dwenger with the advantage, 25-20, 25-15. Can they go for the sweep? We'll be back in a moment. This is Indiana High School Girls Volleyball on SummitCitySports.com.
For watching Summit City Sports. To help broaden our coverage, we're asking you to become a monthly sponsor to our Patreon account. We produce weekly highlights and live video broadcast. When the Homestead girls golf team won its first state title in program history, we were there. When Fort Wayne brought back 3 state titles in cross country, we were there. We believe in sharing positive stories and setting the standard for how high school sports should be covered. Join us and donate today.
Game day, the moment athletes live for, the intensity, the passion, the unforgettable plays. And while you focus on the game, Watermark Sports Photo captures the memories. From the heart-pounding action to the game-winning score, our game day photos make your athlete the star. But we don't stop at game day. With our Sportrait sessions, together we dream up poses and take your athlete's story to the next level. Serving Northeast Indiana and Northwest Ohio, from colleges to high schools and club sports, moments fade, but the memories last forever. Watermark Sports Photo, where every shot is legendary.
We go to the third, 25-20, 25-15, as Bishop Dwenger on top of the Cadets here tonight at a newly renovated Bishop Dwenger Gymnasium. As you can tell, looks a little bit lighter in here now with the new bulbs, the new paint. A little bit of new everything going on in here today. Or at least maybe they have the lights on that we haven't noticed before too. So again, it's maybe a decision of when do the lights need to stay on versus when do you need to go down under the dome and have that stadium movie theater lighting. Who knows? Who knows? Well, we will tell you, though, coming up on Friday, it's a great night for football on Summit City Sports. We go 7 ways across the network for you, as it'll be led by Carroll and Northrop, the SAC, likely to be decided at Spooler, as Tim and Jeff will have the call for that one. Another game, East Noble can wrap up the NE8 outright with a win over New Haven. Thad Goff and Jake Havland will join you from that one from Kendallville. Another close NE8 matchup for 2 teams trying to set up what could be a postseason preview, Columbia City and Leo. I'll be out there for that one for you from Leo Lions Field on Friday night, plus other games. Wayne taking on Bishop Luers. Southside headed over to Concordia. We'll have South Adams taking on Woodland. And West Noble taking on, again, the small division winners in Churubusco over in Turtletown. Coming up all on Friday night. Coverage begins at 6:45 right here on Summit City Sports and our YouTube channel. But so far in this one, it has been nothing but Dwenger and an opportunity to potentially claim their right as the only undefeated SAC team in volleyball and league play this season. As again, Dwenger, they've got one more regular season matchup as they will be taking on Heritage. We'll be here for that one coming up on Thursday night. Estimated about a 7:15 start time right here at Dwenger Gymnasium. Push again now for Dahmer. Dahmer goes up to the mid-row, finds Shively. Shively sails this out and over and got it. As Nicolette Watercutter just clearly admitting, yep, I sailed that one way too far. And so Concordia for the first time today strikes first. Well, the second time today strikes first. Dahmer gets this one up off the tip. Another chance over to Johnson. Sails it. And pivoted off the hands of Blackwell. And Dwenger will strike a point on the board to make it 1-1. Here in set number 1. Another push again from Blackwell. This one brought up. Connected to Watercutter. Now another high swing tip and out of play. Hodgman couldn't find the look she was looking for as it sailed to the right of the bench to make it 2-1 advantage of Concordia. Another swing and an ace. And it's Bella Dellinger now quickly answering the call. And Concordia trying to find a big push of momentum to force a fourth. Up the middle. Chance again to Snyder. Blocked by Turner. And they have certainly missed the blocks up front from number 7. And so Concordia now on a 3-0 run here in the third. They lead it here in set number 3. Swing tip from Hodgman gets this one tipped over and in time. And so that'll bring it back into Dwenger territory, 4-2. Again, the other game we have going on for you right now, they're just underway in set number 3. Kind of a close one at set number 3 over at Woodland as Homestead leading the match 2-0, but 7-6 on the score in that one in the third. Tip again from Johnson to cut the Concordia lead back to 1, 4-3 over here. But Eli Lawrence joining you from Woodland, or from Woodburn, we should say, as the Warriors taking on Homestead. Another swing from Turner up front and in. As Kavea Turner just continuing to command the lines all on her own. And it's 5-3. Chance again for Gleave. Gleave again. Rattles this off to Watercutter. Double block again. This time for the hands of Blackwell and Peterson. And so Concordia still very much alive here in set number 3. As they lead it by 3. And here's number 3 to bring it over in Claire Gleave. They set it up for Inman. Now got to connect with Blackwell, and they do. Another chance. Pushed. Tipped over from Hodgman. Now a long pass over to Dahmer. Another swing tip. This one down low. Chance again. Swung. Out of play. As Hodgman not able to find the back of the box rather quickly. And it is indeed the Cadets continuing to find and pick apart those mistakes against Bishop Dwenger here in the third. Of course, the Saints lead the match 2-0. That one goes into the net to stop the run for the Moments. 7-4. It's Claire Shively now ready to bring it across. Shively sails it up to Inman. Another chance. Blackwell tip and got it. She was able to get the tip off Watercutter to make it a 4-point game. 8-4 advantage of Concordia. Here's the push again from Peterson. Mid-row they go. Chance again for Watercutter. That's going to go. Dug off tip of the opposite side. As Nicolette Watercutter just does a great job of the swings of the attacks to force frontline attackers to pivot it in a different direction. This one is out. It looked a little close to think it was in, but not necessarily the case. So it'll be Courtney Inman now again to bring it over. Inman gets it up to Watercutter. Fake sneak tip. Saved by Blackwell. Now another reception for the hands of Shively. Watercutter. This time it goes for number 7. As she's able to get the tip across in time. As they lead it's 9-6. Concordia leading 9-6, but Bishop Dwenger trying to knock back on the door here. Chance again upcoming to Watercutter. Watercutter sails it up the middle. Chance again, bobbed over by Dellinger. Run, set, spike, and out of play. Snyder at the side out. And that'll give the insurance point back on the board for the Cadets. As they lead it 10-6. Trying to get a commanding win here in set 3 to force a fourth. This again, a reverse sweep is something we have seen a few times this season. This one sailed across and over and out of play. But Bishop Dwenger has known nothing but the sweeps. In fact, taking a look at the schedules for both teams, Concordia has won their last 9 games in sweep fashions. They did have a loss last week to Carroll, at Carroll on the 29th. But since then, they've rattled off quite a few wins in a row. Don't have the exact count. I'll get that for you in a moment. This one swung down, tipped in time from Marin Barker. And the Saints now trim it down to 2. As Concordia has won 9 out of their last 10 coming into tonight's match, but are going to have to try to dig a little bit deeper if they want to make it 10 out of 11. And all those 9 wins have happened in sweep fashion, whether they be in weekend tournament play or regular game matches. Swing over again for Dahmer. This one brought down from Peterson. Again, sails this up and over. Chance again, now over to Enman. High tip and got it. As Nicolette Watercutter able to get the other swing across. And the lead back down to 2. 11-9 advantage of Concordia here in the third. But Bishop Dwenger again trying to knock on the door. Here's Dellinger. Gets this one down and got it as it grazed off the ground in time. And a run up in the net actually going to go against Dellinger. So they go into the net and back on the board for the Cadets. So they lead it by 3. Chance again upcoming once more. This time Dellinger. Lopped back over to Blackwell. High swing tip. Over again to Watercutter. They try to push it across. It's tipped. Saved in the back row by Mackey. Set again for the Saints. Here's Dellinger. Into the nets they go. As it was Turner that got a little too close for comfort. And so the lead now trimmed back to 2. 12-10 is again trying to find at least those multiple point rallies. Certainly is coming a premium here in the third. Block tipped in time for Turner, and a double going to be called against Turner. So a chance again to even it up. 12-11 advantage of Concordia. The Saints have what it takes. Little collision from Peterson and Edmond. But just like that, it's the Saints rattling off 3 in a row. Make it 12-12. Here's Snyder. Pivoted back from Mackey. They go again to Peterson. Mid-row they go. Chance again lifted. Turner couldn't get her hands on it. And the Saints reclaim the lead for the first time in the third. As Concordia will stop to take a timeout. Well, don't forget, we'll wrap up our regular season schedule for you on Thursday night as Heritage will take on Bishop Dwenger right back here from Bishop Dwenger High. And then next week, it'll be sectional time for us here on Summit City Sports for volleyball, with all the games will be exclusively on IHSAATV.org. We will be at the Concordia sectional as the leading match for that one. That action will start Tuesday with 1 game on the docket, as it'll be Leo and Garrett getting us started in sectional 21 at 6 p.m. Then we'll have Angola taking on East Noble, and then Bishop Dwenger, the Saints take it on DeKalb in the late game, with those starting at 6 o'clock on Thursday night. Concordia, however, would not play again until next Saturday, the 18th. They would open up play in the semifinals, so a good draw for them, as they would have the winner of Leo and Garrett at 11 a.m., and then the winners of Angola, East Noble, Bishop Dwenger, and DeKalb at 1, and then the final at 6. So we'll have that all for you next week on IHSAATV.org. Potentially some other sectional action we will bring you to. Just waiting on official confirmations. Swung over from Watercutter, down and in. As Nicolette Watercutter doing a fantastic job of really keeping the motions in stride for number 7. As she has just continued to get the right swing at the right time and forcing the deflections, especially in those mid to upper corners. Here's Turner. Gets this one across. A nice save from Johnson, but not going to matter as Turner answers it right back. So Turner answers it back on the opposite end. To make it now 14-13. Now Concordia again trying to knock back on the doors, so we'll see if it's going to be one of those back and forth situations. Here's Gleave. Gets this up for Watercutter. She goes for the light tip and got it. Watercutter again with a commanding leap up front, but going with the light swing in the interim to make it a 2-point game. 15-13 our score. Chance again. This one's going to be broken up. They're going to let that one sail. Watercutter runs to the back, not going to matter. And those are just some of those points you got to let live and let live at that point. So you don't want to risk any injuries running into a stage, a barricade, wherever that may be. Here's Peterson. Mid-row they go. Chance tip, bobbled, still kept live. A leap coming in from Maddie Gephardt, which eventually pays off as it sails out of play. 16-14 our score here in the third. And the Saints again trying to continue to light it up. Here's Blackwell, tip. Dug up again once more by Hodgman. And another tip down and in. Watercutter, what a night so far. And the senior leader trying to finish this off in 3. She finished off set number 1 nearly on her own. This one's going to be short and another chance. Here's the swing from Snyder. That's going to go back row. And pivoted off the hands of Shelby Peterson. So it's pivoted off Peterson in a 4-point game. Advantage of the Saints. They're trying to go for a match point rather quickly. This one tipped up the middle. Minor collision, they say play on. Here's Watercutter. Just too much of the swing of the attack. Now they roll a tip going against Concordia. Looking to see who the tip might have been on, but it looks like it may have came off number 18 in Blackwell potentially. Either Blackwell or Dahmer. Nonetheless, short serve across, 5-point game. Blackwell gets it down and in. As she gets the commanding swing on her side to make it a 4-point game, 15-19. But time quickly becoming a factor in this one. Or I should say points quickly becoming a factor in this one. This one lobbed over and back in time for Concordia. Now down to a 3-point game here in the third. The Saints trying to finish in a sweep. Concordia trying to fight for a 4th here. Here's the swing from Watercutter. Leaps this one down and in. And now back to serve. Familiar position. We've seen her in this matchup. Could she go on a run here yet again? Chance again. Blackwell got it. And now Sydney Blackwell starting to shine late here in the third with another commanding swing to the back row. So they're not out of the woods as of yet. Concordia still trying to stay in it. Watercutter slips and falls. And the Cadets now rattling back to try to get up to even this and steal this third to go to a 4th. Meanwhile, the Saints want to try to finish this out as quick as they can. Here's the push from Snyder. Tip down over to Edmond. Now another swing down to Edmond. Can't get it. And the swing coming in from Maddie Gephardt to make it a 3-point game. 21-18. Okay, that's one timeout remaining. Bishop Dwenger still got both. Sailed in. It is in by Celia Smith. Is able to graze the back of the box and in time. And Concordia will stop to think it over. Look, and the other game we have on the air for you right now is over at Woodburn, as they are currently in an ad read break in that one, waiting to get at least the previous score on top of it. 23-21. Homestead trying to go for the sweep and finish as Woodland is stopping to take a timeout. So the Warriors trying to fight and go for a fourth set over at Woodburn. Eli Lawrence on the call for that one if you want to see the end of this one. Meanwhile, kind of similar situation over here too with Concordia trying to battle back here in the third after letting 9 points go at the end of the first and struggled in the second, but have now really seemed to turn it on late here in the third. But is it too little, too late? 4-point game. Saints just need 3 to clinch. Swing across again from Smith. Another chance over to Dellinger. Dellinger lobbed up the middle, but a little miss pivot on the opposite side. Still saved by Watercutter. Now they go to Turner. Finds the tip and in. Escavea Turner just continuing to lead the way in terms of blocking and shutting any front offense down. And had a few commanding swings of her own tonight, too. Here's Dahmer. Up to Watercutter. Another chance. Swing on tip and got it. Lindsey Snyder with another push of her own to make it a 4-point game. 23-19, and the Sanctuary chanting, "Start the buses," to our right. Here's Dellinger, blocked again by Hodgman. And it's game and match point. 24-19. Can the Saints finish it off in 3? They won't do it here as it's a quick side out. 24-20 now here in the third. As Dellinger with another chance to bring it over. Here's Dellinger. Gets this over to Watercutter. Swings over to Snyder. Almost finished. Back over to Blackwell. Down to Peterson. They look to reset it one more time. Hodgman. Back again to Blackwell. A swing over to Peterson. Down over to Watercutter on the great dig. Slip and slide, and Snyder scores. And that's how this one comes to an end. And certainly the crown in Fort Wayne still belongs to Bishop Dwenger, as they are SAC champions once again. So your final in 3, it's Bishop Dwenger winning it 25-20, 25-15, 25-20, as they've got a kind of a golden trident or like a cane that they were tossing up. And nonetheless, a great celebration on the board for Bishop Dwenger as they win it in 3. And again, are top of the table and have the SAC all to themselves once again. We'll see these Saints again tomorrow on Thursday night. We won't see them tomorrow. Jake and I will be on another similar feed, we should say, as Indiana Tech takes on Defiance. That'll be on Indiana Tech's YouTube channel. But we will be right back here on Thursday night as Heritage comes to town to take on Bishop Dwenger. So for all of us here at Summit City Sports, for Jake Kaplan, Joe Northern Saints, so long from Bishop Dwenger, where the Saints rule the SAC once more, win it in 3, 25-20, 25-15, 25-20. So long.
Welcome to the Summit City, home to the 260's dedicated high school athletes and fans. Each victory and celebration captured by our camera. Treasure the highlights from the Summit Athletic Conference this season, or complete games live or on demand. After all, nobody's more proud to call Fort Wayne home than SummitCitySports.com.
The athletes has always been here, and they're getting better. I'm watching, Summit City Sports, man, they're doing an awesome job. And, that's a plug. Them dudes are doing an outstanding job. And I'm able to be in Nashville and watch games